Alright guys, so burnout, what does it look like? What does it mean? It looks different for everybody, everyone's biology is different. No one's the same, so everyone's gonna react differently and, handle things in a different way. For me and, for students and my peers, I've noticed burnout can look like lack of sleep. You may have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep at night because you're constantly overloaded in your mind of all the things you have to do, studying, I gotta ace my final, all of that. You may realize that your concentration is lacking, especially when you're looking at your study sheet and trying to focus. You may not be retaining the information as much as you hoped. You could get these waves of anxiety, waves of stress. So it really looks different for everybody, but those are just a lot of common things to, watch out for. So one of the things that I am going to talk about is, recognizing burnout, because a lot of kids can just kind of push through and be like, oh, I'm tired, but it's whatever, I'll grab another cup of coffee. But one thing that I've noticed is that you really need to listen to your body, because, at the end of the day, it's all about you. You need to feel good in order to do well. Rest is an important part of success. You have to, even if you're going to the gym, rest days are important days. I thrive with rest days, let me tell you. So just know that don't feel bad for taking a break, because everyone needs a break here and there, depending on what they're doing. So definitely recognize those warning signs of burnout, lack of concentration, too much stress, too much anxiety. There's just a lot of things that you could be more mindful about. Another thing for sure is to, reach out to others. You may feel like you're alone, but let me tell you, you're not. Probably more so than likely, every student is feeling burnout to a certain degree. And you can reach out to your professors too. I know at Western, we have a lot of good, mental health resources. A lot of professors are really nice, they're parents, so they kind of step into that role, oh, I understand. They're just really helpful, and it's really great to reach out to someone who either knows what you're going through because they've experienced it, or if they're going through it, right now, and you could, be like, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Do you want to meet up and go for a walk? Blah, 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 just things like that can really help. It can make you feel not alone and make you realize that, as much as we don't want this, burnout is normal. It's a normal thing that students experience, especially during finals. This April period is a big part of burnout for a lot of university and college students. So definitely reach out to people that you trust. And another thing that really helps me is staying active. Now, I love to just, go for walks or runs, especially when it's nice out. I find that, getting the oxygen to my brain, it really gives me that mental escape and physical escape. I'm able to just focus and be mindful of, I'm running, I'm doing this right now, I'm being active, my body's thanking me for being outside, releasing endorphins. It's so important to incorporate that into, your study habits. And, if you can watch a show in between studying, you have time to go for a 10-minute walk around the block. Even those little things can help change the way your brain is going to learn and retain the information so much. So I would definitely recommend, staying active, going outside, walking your dog, going to the gym, even just going outside and doing some jumping jacks if you can. Just get that fresh air, the oxygen, get up, don't stare at your computer. I know with online courses, we're all just, hunched over every day, looking at our screens, and we need that, movement. And that's a lot of things that students are lacking now. Because we used to be moving all the time, walking from class to class, but now we're just kind of staring at the screen, and it's just not productive. So definitely, if you think that you're experiencing burnout, main things I would say is reach out to people that you trust, whether that's, fellow students, professors, parents, anything, because more times than not, they have been there and they'll help you or even just talk you through it, because sometimes, a sympathetic ear can go a long way. So yeah, reach out, stay active, even if it's in little increments, little changes like that can help so much. And for sure, recognize the warning signs, because you don't need to overload your body. You don't need to keep pushing through. And remember that it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to have a 30-minute nap if you need to rest your eyes and, just turn off your brain. Don't feel the pressure, if you can try to reduce the amount of pressure and stress you put on yourself during finals, you will feel so much better. Because a lot of the times, you know, we're just kind of putting pressure on ourselves when in reality, you know, there doesn't need to be that much pressure. As long as you do your best and know that you tried hard, that is really all that matters at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I'm gonna use some of those tips today that I told you and help myself, and I hope they help you guys too. So stay tuned for my next video and please subscribe.